My brother-in-law accused me of being homophobic and now my brother won't talk to me. I, 19 female, have an older brother, 22 m. We come from a Muslim family. As we got older I become more religious. I wear a hijab, mostly abayas or dresses, spend a lot of time at the masjid and help run events, whereas he became more agnostic. I recently got married to my lovely husband, 21 m, who is a revert that I met through the masjid and I couldn't be happier. My brother is bisexual, and so is my husband, and I have nothing against the LGBT community and I love and support my brother wholeheartedly. He married his husband, 27 m, around 2 years ago and I attended their wedding. I was 17 then, and that was when I started to get closer to God and really learn about my faith, as our parents weren't very religious growing up. My brother-in-law became colder to me then, and at their wedding I was offered a glass of wine by him, and when I refused it, he called me a bitch. He was drunk, so I let it go and never told anyone. He's always been cold to me, and my brother told me it was because of my religiousness, because his husband has some religious trauma from some crazy Catholic foster parents he had once. His words, not mine. I understood, because trauma is a horrible thing and I don't want to make it worse for him. My wedding was a religious ceremony at the masjid, and then a small reception for our friends and family. We have friends from a range of faiths and some who are atheists too, and my husband's family is Catholic and atheist, so we made our reception fairly secular, but with halal food and no alcohol, to make everyone feel welcomed. My brother told me that he didn't want to attend the religious ceremony, or my husband's bachelor party, because his husband didn't want him to, which again, I accepted because I wouldn't even be at the religious ceremony. Mine was male only at the masjid, and I spoke over the phone because I wanted more time to get ready for the reception, loudly crying. And he doesn't know my husband well. Some of my cousins did go to the bachelor party though. He did attend the reception, but left before I could get any pictures with him because again, his husband didn't feel comfortable about it and he wanted to be supportively of his husband's trauma. His husband didn't attend any ceremonies. I found out that my brother-in-law attended the Catholic wedding of his ex-foster brother from our family group chat. He sent a picture of the inside of the church and I jokingly replied, "Yikes, and my reception was too much for you," which I know is backhanded and a bit mean, but I'm frustrated because my only full sibling couldn't stay for the whole of my secular reception for his husband's comfort, but this is okay? He freaked out and said that he could do what he wanted, and I was homophobic for commenting on it. My brother has cut me off for this, and I'm devastated. It's been 2 weeks since, and I'm still upset, so my husband suggested I post here. I really don't think I was out of line, but I want advice on how to fix this with my brother because he means a lot to me and I don't want this to go on. No one in my family is homophobic, and everyone attended his wedding except one of my cousins, her husband and mother, because she went into labor the night before, loudly crying. I've always shown my brother that I supported him. I honestly think I'm a little annoying about it, because I sent him a bisexual hoodie to his house once as a gift for Pride Month and he made a joke about regretting being out to me because I would be an annoying little sister about it. Loudly crying. I would love y'all's opinions on this. Update. I sent my brother an email explaining that I loved and I would always be there for him. I explained why I wasn't homophobic, and that I apologized for upsetting his husband, but explained that I was frustrated with the situation. He replied saying that he was also sorry for everything that happened, and that he wanted to see me before he went back to his home state. He also said that he knew I wasn't homophobic. We're meeting later today. Your brother's spouse sounds very controlling. It also sounds like he may be trying to isolate your brother from your family. That is very concerning. All you can do is let your brother know that you are there for him when he is ready. Even if he does not respond, periodically reach out with an update on your life to keep the line of communication open on your end. I think your brother's husband is the problem. He seems kind of manipulative. And he was completely out of line for calling you the B word. Don't let that slide if there is a next time. Sounds like your brother's husband just wants to isolate him from his family. Salam. I'm sorry this happened. It sounds like your brother-in-law is the one with the problem and is causing the rift between you and your brother. Can you reach out to your mom and dad and ask them to facilitate a get-together at your home with just you and your brother? This way you two can talk without any interference and you can be perfectly clear about how you feel. My boyfriend is awful in bed. As per the title, my 21 female boyfriend, 23 male, is painfully boring in bed. When we first got together it wasn't bad, but over the months it has slowly gotten to the point where I feel like he just wants to finish and that's it. I'm not sure how to nicely tell him that it's so boring that it makes me not want to sleep with him. Now don't get me wrong, I am very attracted to him and I do get in the mood. But he has no clue what foreplay is and it's like he's somehow forgotten how to do anything but jackhammer. Anyway. How do I bring this up to him without being mean? Edit. I have spoken to him about it and had a conversation about with him a few times. Just tell him straight up. When I got too complacent with this girl and was as you describe a jackhammer, she told me, I felt like a piece of shit, then focused on her more. We were all happier in the end. No penetrative sex until you got me orgasming from foreplay, sorted. I've read all the answers from others, and this is my advice. Every time you don't enjoy sex, just stop him. Tell him you don't enjoy, and it can't be a surprise for him considering your many conversations. Also tell him that sex is very important part of relationship, and you are afraid your relationship won't last if you two won't figure something out. Tell him you would like to find a solution, repeating your wishes about sex once again and ask if he has some wishes to consider them. But anyway, I believe there is a big probability, he just doesn't care about your desires. So just break up in that case. GF wants to break up with me for something I did 3 years prior meeting her. Me, M26, and my GF, F25, have been together for a year. Yesterday I confessed her that 4 years ago while on a trip in Monaco I paid a hooker to have sex with me. I didn't like it while it was happening and I've been regretting it since I've done it. I did it because some friends of mine wanted to do that and I didn't say no. The fault is mine, I know that, but I didn't even come. I didn't enjoy it and felt miserable for doing so. She went crazy because her ex, who was a borderline manipulate person, used to have sex with hookers while they were together, and she started to say that I'm no different and that I disgust her for not telling her that prior. While I understand what she's saying, I don't know what to do because I love her and I know she loves me. To be honest, I don't even like having casual sex. I think she thinks that I would do the same that happened with her ex who left her some PTSD. I feel like shit. Please help me, let her know I'm not that kind of guy. The first, don't want to lose her. TLDR. My girlfriend wants to break up with me because I paid a hooker for sex 3 years before meeting her. You say in other comments she specifically asked you when you started dating if you'd been with sex workers, as this was an important compatibility issue for her, and you lied to her face about it. She probably feels doubly betrayed, by your actions, and by your lie. How you feel about the experience is irrelevant. You lied to her about something important. Let her be. She has trauma and you triggered that trauma. Not really sure what else to say here. That's just the situation. This is something she can't get past, so respect that and let her be. We all can't get over certain things in a relationship, and that's hers. It's her deal breaker, and it doesn't say anything about you. I read your comments. The title of this post misleading. She wants to break up because she asked you before and you lied to her about it. Husband stormed out on me for asking him to change his clothes for a family event. Last night I had a family event to attend and my family specifically asked me to bring my husband. They know he never shows up to anything. I told him a week in advance and despite not wanting to go, he still agreed. Then yesterday all day he kept complaining about but not wanting to go. 30 minutes before we're supposed to leave he kept insisting he on wearing the same outfit he had been in all day. Pants are old, discolored and torn and an undershirt. I told him that wasn't an appropriate outfit and he can't wear the same outfit to everything, work, home, errands. He got really upset and we got into a fight. He said that I was controlling him, that I was a BH, stormed out of the house and drove off. I waited 20 minutes and he didn't come back. I ended up going by myself and made an excuse for him. This is the 4th consecutive event he didn't show up to. He didn't talk to me when I came home last night and still isn't talking to me. I feel extremely disrespected and don't think I should be called a BH for asking him to change his outfit. You realize he's being that way to get out of going, right? I'm sure he knows it wasn't appropriate to show up that way. You're not wrong for wanting him to look presentable. This is one of those cases where I feel like, throw the whole man away, would apply. I get you're probably just frustrated. I wouldn't feel like putting up with that though. This dude is full of drama and sounds fucking exhausting. Can you just leave this guy and not bring him? That's why my parents do when I was like 3 and refused to change my Disney princess dress. He behaves this way because you tolerate it. He did this on purpose. Don't tolerate it anymore. Have an ultimatum ready and stick to it. This ain't okay. He's being an ass, he wants to do things his way. Part of any relationship is you do things for each other even when you don't wanna. Stop making excuses for him. Just say he's being an ass for no reason. I know you probably don't want your family to think bad of him, but he is his actions.